This episode is brought to you by Preschool All-Stars, my exclusive membership community. As a member of Preschool All-Stars, you can unlock free access to Preschool University to help you with every milestone on your preschool journey. Here's a sample for you to enjoy. Today we're going to talk about the preschool hiring system, how to hire and train amazing teachers and directors. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about how to hire prospective candidates for your preschool. Whether that means you're hiring a teacher, a director, or even an assistant for you. We're going to be talking about all of that. But before we do, let's go ahead and give you a little bit of backstory about how I got into this process of hiring teachers. So back when I started my preschool, obviously I was wearing the three hats: the teacher, the director, and the owner. And it was going wonderfully. But then I got pregnant because I was remarried and I was pregnant with my fourth kiddo. And we were going to be due in July. And so it was like, that's awesome, but preschool starts in August. What in the world do I do then? So we decided to hire a teacher to get ready for that. The very first experience we had, we hired somebody in March while I was pregnant to get ready for, and hopefully she would continue into the next school year. But then, as I hired her, I didn't really know what to look for, quite honestly. And so I just put the ad out there, looking for a preschool teacher, and it was going to be in my home. And I just kind of hired the first person that came to me. She was really nice. It was in about February, March. And it was going pretty well, but it was kind of in my home, so it was kind of a little bit awkward because I still lived there, So she would do preschool in the home, and then in our separate little, we had in living room plus the preschool room. But it was a little bit awkward. Anyways, I don't know for what purpose, but about spring break, so spring break hits, and she'd only been working there for about 1 to 2 months, and spring break hits, and I literally got a text the week of spring break. I found another job. Thanks. Peace out. And I was like, wait, you were supposed to be my teacher for the person that I could use after I have my baby. And so not totally bad deal, because basically right after spring break, I was still just a teacher. I was only pregnant, so I could still teach. Finished out the school year, no worries. But then I was like, okay, so if that didn't work out, then who should I hire then? What am I looking for? And it really started me thinking, I really need to figure out that eventual long-term hire, somebody who wants to actually be here for several years, because I didn't want to keep going through this process of teacher turnover. And as you can imagine, when I was telling all the parents, hey, by the way, here's a teacher that we just hired, and I wanted to get them super comfortable with the teacher. So they were, right? I finally got the teacher in, but then the teacher left. And then it was like, oh wait, parents, and I had to have that conversation again. So not only are you dealing with the parents, but you're also dealing with the children and trying to help them get a new teacher, or, sorry, that teacher left. It's just really uncomfortable to try to deal with all the back and forth and the turnover. So I really went into this okay, who am I looking for? Who would be the best teacher for me? And what I realized was the person I was looking for had really specific qualities and traits. And I'm actually going to go over those right now with you before I even talk about who I hired. So the traits that I look for in a potential teacher, number one, several years of lead or solo preschool teaching experience. That means that they're comfortable with a preschool class on their own. And actually, it's kind of rare sometimes, because most places where you'll pull teachers from is either an elementary school, okay, which is great because they usually are the solo teacher, and they're used to big class sizes, but sometimes you can't always get those. Sometimes you're getting people from daycares who maybe went to college for early childhood education, etc., but there was no only just preschools for them to work at, so they had to go work at a daycare. But the situation there is usually there's all ages, and there's almost always big classes with 2 people. And that's where you get kind of tricky, because you always have a lead and you always have an assistant in those situations. And so I knew I didn't want an assistant, because the assistant wouldn't feel comfortable just stepping into a lead role. I needed that lead teacher, but the lead would never have an assistant. It was just going to be the solo teacher. So I definitely wanted somebody with either lead or solo experience, several years. And I didn't really care where, as long as it was with children in somewhat of a teaching setting, because I realized I can't just go get, some other teacher from strictly a preschool program. There's very few of them, even in my area. So I kind of had to be open to the different possibilities. But definitely several years, solo or lead, teaching experience with children. And that age range can vary, but generally, hopefully the preschool age. And if not, has experience with their own children or things like that. But ideally, preschool, obviously. So not only that, but also their background. Like, what kind of degree did I want this person to have? What kind of knowledge did I need them to come in? Originally when I hired this teacher, it was like, no big deal. You don't need a degree in early childhood or child development or anything, because I have my curriculum. You can just use that, and that's perfect. That's all you need. Truth is, though, I would actually prefer they had the background to use my curriculum and then tailor it to the children and be able to differentiate and take their own ideas and just really be able to run with it. My curriculum is perfect for that foundation and just a really good, like, hey, what do we want to do today? And just kind of do that. But then I really want that teacher to just run with it, right? Have her own ideas, or all of the past years of teaching experience, be able to bring that to the classroom. And so I was like, what kind of bachelor or what kind of degree do we need? Well, associate is great. Bachelor would definitely be preferred. And ideally, bachelor in early childhood education, 100%. Like, that is my preferred degree. But not everybody has that, and yet they can still be really good teachers. I mean, think about an elementary school teacher. What if they were teaching kindergarten for years? They could be a great preschool teacher, depending if they also had some experience with younger children. And so I kind of widened it a little bit. It was more like, if you have, like, my preferred teacher is obviously a bachelor degree in early childhood or related field. And then, but I kind of tailored it too to say, or some college, because some people have gone into college and they started ECE or they started child development or elementary ed, but for some reason they didn't get their actual degree. You know what? That's okay with me. I want people, though, that do have college experience. So have I ever hired somebody without college experience? No. I've gotten applications and people all the time, even from high schoolers, like they just show up randomly. Hey, are you hiring? I'm like, how old are you? This is not a daycare. Go find a daycare. Daycares hire high school students. And some people have even, put in things without college experience. No, thank you. I have so much applications to look through. I'm not going to look at those at all. I do feel there's a huge value to going to college. Now, I will say I have hired one person one time that didn't have the degree at all that was close to even a related field. It was liberal arts. And I was like, you know what? No worries. I know she worked at a daycare, but it was with the 3 to 5s and degree in liberal arts. Okay, no worries. Like, she had the experience. Unfortunately, she also kind of just had that daycare mentality as well. It just did not work out, actually. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the person with the degree, the experience, and then I was like, and someone who really wants to be here with me. Like, I can't have this turnover. Preschools, the teachers need to be there for at least one full preschool year. It's obviously awesome if you can get them for multiple preschool years and they just become part of your school, but at least one preschool year, I need that teacher to commit and not leave me high and dry like the other one did, because there's no way I could deal with it. All of a sudden, whoa, that teacher leaves and it's fall and I've got a newborn. That's a whole other story. So going on this, finally figuring out who I wanted to have, I put out the ad, and I was very specific in the ad. And with the ad, basically the things that I put in the ad, let me kind of explain them to you. The things I was looking for, I said at the very top, oh, and actually, let me clarify this. In the subject line, because whenever you have ads, sometimes you can put the subject line. You don't just put preschool teacher, okay? You put best preschool teacher / private school, okay, or private preschool, something like that, or seeking best preschool teacher. I always put the word best in there. I'm literally trying to call out people who feel like they're the best, and also people who are like, well, I don't know if I'm the best, cool, let them not look at it, right? I'm trying again to put the us versus them. I only want the best over here, okay? If you don't feel that's you, please don't apply. Anyway, so that's a subject line. And then inside the actual ad itself, I do 2 places for the ad. Number 1, the actual ad location, but number 2, on my website. Here's why. When you're in places like that, I post my ad, and I post them in 3 places: Craigslist, Indeed, so that's INDEED, and then also ZipRecruiter. I post them in those 3 places. Their templates are really generic. It's literally just text. And so it's not very cute and very fun, right? I still want all the information there, but I actually want them to go look at my website to see how cute we are and be able to like play around on the website to get to know us better. So I will do the whole content of the ad here, but then I will put a link that says, please go here to apply. I don't even put the instructions on how to apply in the ad. I literally say, if you want to apply, go here. Now here is not just a blank website page where it's like, or it's not just my whole website, right? My .com. It's literally my .com/apply. okay? Because I have a specific page specifically for those who I'm hiring. I want that exact stuff over here, but with lots of pictures, super cute. And that's the instructions to apply. Now, why so many steps? I mean, for real, like, why don't you just make it easy, Joy? Hey, if you want to become our preschool teacher, apply here. Like, send your resume to our email. Actually, I want somebody who can follow directions and can like go a couple steps, and I can lose the people who aren't really caring about it, right? I want somebody to go to my website and then be like, what is this thing we just found? Because it's not a daycare. Holy cow, what is this thing? I've never known there was such a thing as just a preschool. And we're pulling these people from like elementary who are like, oh my gosh, I love the children. Like I went into elementary, but you know what? I kind of didn't like that. I actually realized I would love to teach younger children. Or I was working at a daycare and actually I dislike very much having the huge age ranges. I dislike having students coming in and out of different classes because it's just all about ratios and pulling staff members here and there and traveling the classes and the huge class sizes and you know, and the huge hours, right? I mean, those are gigantic hours for a daycare, right? I dislike that. And, or somebody from Head Start, right? I mean, I get great teachers from Head Start, people coming from the developmental preschools or Head Start, where they're like, I love teaching preschool, but that's a lot. Like over there is a lot. It's very difficult to manage those kiddos. I mean, they have a lot of needs. And what an amazing opportunity to come to just a preschool program where there's not all the paperwork. I mean, Head Start and the developmental preschools have so much paperwork that these teachers are dealing with, and drama, so much drama. And so you've got parents, and a lot of times the families are from lower socioeconomical statuses. And so just they're dealing with a lot, okay? And as much as we appreciate them and love those people that serve those communities, sometimes the teachers just want something a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit less, okay? And so when they see our ad that's just 2.5 hour preschool class, premier program, can you imagine what kind of families they're thinking that are going to attend that school, right? The best families, you know, children who are usually pretty well mannered. I mean, come on, they're still children, but like they come from some of the best families, right? And so then they're like, they see your website, they see everybody's happy, they see like, this is an amazing place. I would like to work there. That's why I require them to go to the website to ever apply. They have to know who we are first. So inside this ad, what else do I say? Not only, of course, do I say seeking the best preschool teacher, but then immediately at the top, I say hiring now for, you know, preschool teacher or whatever the position title is, right? But then right below it, I say, are you loyal, upbeat, and loving to children? These three things, guys: loyal, upbeat, loving to children. Here's why. Loyal. What do you think I care about there? I care that they're going to stay with me for at least the school year, if not several years. I want somebody to come into our family and stay. Upbeat. Obviously, you have to be super upbeat and match my personality, right? And be able to like keep the energy up, okay? Upbeat. Loving to children, obviously, right? So those three are like my three things. Are you loyal, upbeat, loving to children? That's going to call out the people like, yes. And so by the way, when I do look at resumes, I'm looking at how long they've been at other locations. If they've been there 1 year, 6 months, 3 years, I'm like, oh, that one's a little bit scary for me. If they've been there 6 years at one place, what does that say to me? They're loyal, okay? And then I'm saying, well, wait a second. If they've been there 6 years and they're going to come apply, there's a reason they're ready to leave, okay? They've been there, they love that place, but they're ready to move, right? If they've been there 1, 3, 6 months, etc., I'm like, how do I know you're going to stick with me, right? There's obviously reasons you have issues over here with other places. Likely you're going to find some issue with me, or you're going to find some other place. It sounds like the grass is greener on the other side, right? So there's that. And then I have a whole section, many bullet points, that talks about why you'll love working with us. And remember what I was just talking about, like reasons why I would pull from these other places, you know, drama-free environment, okay? I literally say that, drama-free. I'm dividing like the line right here, and I'm saying if you are a drama person, you stay out, okay? But if you're sick of the drama and you're ready to be in a drama-free environment, we want you here. Our school is super small. Like I think we had like 8 to 10 teachers during the school year, and most of them are in of course, the schoolhouse. A couple were over in our preschool garage. And it's a very small environment, right? And they're all there together all day, and oh my goodness, wasn't that amazing? Now, sorry we had to cut that off early, but I hope you've enjoyed this sample training. Now, if you'd like to unlock the rest for free inside Preschool University, then I invite you to join Preschool All-Stars. It's my exclusive membership community where you'll get mentorship from me with weekly Q&A lives, support and guidance and friendship from hundreds of women on the exact same journey as you, starting, running, and growing their preschools, and my exclusive access to Preschool University, every training and done-for-you file that you'll need for every milestone on your journey to help you start, run, and grow your preschool. We've all been there, and we've got the exact same steps that you need to go through, but we do it all very quickly so that you don't have to waste time or money doing the wrong things at the wrong time. We'd love for you to join our Preschool All-Stars membership. Just go to preschoolallstars.com or click the link in the description to immediately jump into Preschool All-Stars. Again, go to preschoolallstars.com and we'll see you there.